Hi, good morning. I'm thrilled to see the responses of my previous few videos, uh, the responses which came from all around the world, and I'm so glad that receptive minds are all around in the world. People, they accept a rational uh, attitude, logical argument, and the great impact is there all around. Some immediate concerns are to be addressed. These are about legal system here in Pakistan. Well, these concerns are not so uh, immediate. I mean, my friends on Facebook and while interacting directly with me, they keep on raising questions. And I'm no Socrates, that discourses and all that is not possible. I do have uh, family members to attend, then I do have uh, duty with Associated Press of Pakistan that I have to. So, direct involvement in any discourse is not possible. Once there were times when I was free and that Rachel, she had arranged a discourse for me with Columbia University students. But in those days in Kuhat, we were on slow connections. Uh, Internet speed was not that much high as it is nowadays. Now I can manage to be in a direct interaction with those who want me to be like them, uh, who wants a direct discourse with me, but through Skype, and that is possible. The world has become so, comfortable, a comfortable place. You don't need any visa to reach in USA or to have a discourse with uh, uh, any university students, or just click on Skype and you're linked with everybody, and face to face you can converse with them, and so life is not that much difficult as it was in olden times. So someone from Swat uh, has tried to engage me in a discussion regarding that Mumtaz Qadri episode, the one who was recently hanged on charges of the murder of ex-governor Punjab, Salman Taseer. Well, investigative journalists, they don't, I mean, give abrupt responses often. We look into everything and then we finally come up with something. And I don't want to annoy anybody, but at the same time, I cannot hide the facts too. In newspaper reports, it was written about Mumtaz Qadri that he is paranoid. Well, for all of you, I have to explain this, what paranoia is. People working in intelligence services, in forces, once they are kept away from their families, they are not living normal lives. So mostly they become victims of paranoia. It's a mental disorder, and victims of paranoia, they suddenly get angry and they can do anything, like murder too. I was handling 8 victims of paranoia for 2 long years in FDMA. Two of them are from Pakistan Armed Forces, retired ones, and rest of them were civilians. That job of mine of taking care of internally displaced people was not so tiring, but handling these 8 paranoia victims was too difficult, because one among them, he used to come to my office. He's just a matriculate, cannot write the exact spellings of June. But when the fits of paranoia was on him, he used to come to my office and he used to say, "Sir, I want to be a monitoring officer. I want to be in your place." And I used to tell him, "Okay, come, sit. Okay, if you can't do the things, I'll teach you how to do." And because I knew that mental disorder is there and I have to handle this person. There are others who are mostly under the attacks of paranoia. And that's why I used to have a separate office for myself, because it is really difficult to handle your paranoia hit colleagues at one time and to take care of people from displaced people from these to North Waziristan. So it was the most difficult assignment, a nightmare-like assignment for me for 2 years and 3 months on active duty. And finally, when there was an attack on my 2 colleagues of paranoia, and they were coming out of their positions down below me and trying to be more than Governor KP or a president of Pakistan. And one among them was armed. He was having a very sophisticated weapon in his hand. So I handled both of them with laughter. And finally, when one paranoia hit a man, he came up with the argument that your contract is ended. I said, okay, it is ended. And I'm still in my home. All these guys are sitting there. Salary has been stopped, everything, but I'm available to my children and to my people too. And I don't know when we will be having a governor who will look into all this. The present one might see the thing. We are a third nuclear power of the world. We cannot afford to have paranoid people in our offices, in our sensitive uh, agencies. So what happened to Tasir was that he was unable to take action of any sort, or even he was uh, not so free to check even his guards whether they're paranoid or not, and how to handle them, and how to take necessary measures to secure himself. So finally, he was hit by Mumtaz Qadri on blasphemy issue. Blasphemy issue, the law is there. If somebody is violating it, what maximum you can do is, being a civilized being, go to the police station, just register a case against him that he is involved in blasphemy. You're not supposed to kill anybody. Okay, we all love our God, our holy prophets, and everyone. But we are ordinary humans and we can make mistakes. Others can make mistakes too. And if somebody is really involved in it, you can just. But a paranoid person cannot think like a normal being. So Qadri hit him with bullet shots. Salman Taseer had lost his life. Then the other debacle came. In British law, we have two set of laws. We are a former British colony and we have those laws here still. And under British law, when you are not involved in a planned murder, if you are being angered by somebody and you did something wrong, especially a murder, then the punishment is not that severe, like hanging a person. Well, life imprisonment is a viable option in cases of abrupt reaction. If a person who is, it is written in his files of Mumtaz Qadri's files that he is paranoid. So the one who has appointed him as a guard of Salman Taseer, that person also deserves some, I mean, we shall also go into it, that why an abnormal person was being posted as a guard of a governor, Punjab, the largest province of, and the most important province of Pakistan. All provinces are important, but the Punjab is having a major share in army. And of course, we never want to annoy anybody there. We don't want any trouble in Punjab, and people in Punjab are much more civilized than other provinces. Stability of Punjab means a secure Pakistan. The major share of civil services goes to Punjab. We are having a quota system here in Pakistan. So, in accordance to the ratio of population, everything has been distributed among the provinces in jobs, in terms of jobs. So Punjab is having a major share in the civil bureaucracy and army. And if someone, in charge of the province, if someone is not taking good care of him and is posting uh, a person who is paranoid, such person is also equally guilty of the murder of Salman Taseer. So by sentencing him to death, the Qadri issue became a very uh, uh, crucial in nature vis-a-vis law and order situation in Punjab, because people in Punjab, finally they came out on his death anniversary. They came out and they were there in Islamabad, and thanks God that situation has been tackled skillfully. So that friend in Swat, I don't want to mention his name, but probably now he is satisfied that from my brain nothing unjust or unfair will come out. To appoint a paranoid person as guard of a governor is a crime. The one who has appointed him as his guard, he shall be also considered for some inquiry and some legal proceedings against him. And the one who has issued a verdict of death sentence to Mumtaz Qadri, he also needs some sort of consideration that the law, existing law which we are having here in Pakistan, if we consider it as a planned murder of Taseer, then the heat goes to the one who has appointed Qadri as his guard. And that sudden reaction from Mumtaz Qadri, the punishment of it was not death sentence. If he would have been kept for life imprisonment along with psychological treatment within the prison, that would have been a better option. That would have paved the way for the security of Salman Taseer's son, both sons and rest of the family, and in terms of overall law and order situation in Punjab. That would have positively contributed towards better situation of law and order in Punjab. But now what has been done cannot be undone. We cannot bring back Mumtaz Qadri into life, nor the Salman Taseer. But the whole episode is like this. And nothing is final in the world of investigation. I had to collect all these facts and figures through reports mostly published in media. So I hope that a friend of mine in Swat will be satisfied now, and my country fellows along with the rest of the world, those who are having those who are not having any know-how in security matters, are probably now better informed that what paranoia is, how to select normal guards. There must be some selection procedure, some psychological tests, and Salman Taseer is not the only one. The same was happened to uh, Prime Minister of India, Mohtarima Indira Gandhi. Well, she was innocent enough. She was taking up on Sikh community uh, army action on their most holy place in Punjab province of India, and at the same time was having Sikh guards too. Obviously, she was hurting their religious sentiments, and the guards, her own guards there, opened fire at her. So these are all very tricky issues, and I do not often write about such things because the stances here in my country are egoistic. I mean, sycophants are there mostly near to the leadership, and they keep on feeding them that you are everything. And they normally don't like to rationalize, they don't like to have counter arguments from somewhere. The criticism has value in USA or in Great Britain or in rest of the civilized world, where you are highly paid when you come up with healthy criticism. Here in countries like Pakistan, everybody is okay. We do have educated people, and even our common people are they do appreciate such things, but leadership has been taken over, if we call it a leadership, hereditary political parties and all that, mafia type of setup, guys having hold of official positions, government positions as rulers of this country. They are having circle of sycophants mostly around. And the funny thing is that it is not only the people who are trying to be political leaders while heading political hereditary mafias here as so-called political parties. Even in those militant leaders, at UNHCR sub-project in which I was working for 2 long years, and now I'm off duty, I was supposed to look into the causes of conflict too. And a militant leader having no education had extended a title of prophethood to himself. While talking like this, we Muslims, we say Toba Nauzu Billah. So that guy was had extended a status of a big saint, rather a prophet, to himself. The title of that name. So, and all his sycophants around him was telling him, okay, you are a big saint. Yeah. Why it is so? Why people are victim of hallucination in third world? That is $1 million question. You know. Something probably is wrong with the environment here. It is too intoxicating, especially in tribal area, even inside Islamabad, that cannabis plants near Melody and those areas, around the streams, the cannabis plants were there. Even recently, poppy plants are being removed from Islamabad. And when the air flows through the cannabis plants, the passers-by they get intoxicated. Same is the situation in our tribal area. The cannabis and poppy has been cultivated there as a crop, as a cash crop. So after getting intoxicated, they all think that they are something which they are really not. We are ordinary humans. We are followers of our prophets, the sayings of God and all that. But we cannot reach to the status of sainthood or, or to the status of prophethood, which they were. No one is less than that here. And it's really funny to handle such people. And but it is so, but they're in minority, and somehow that hallucination has given him such a big kick that they have succeeded to capture important positions here. That is a worrisome aspect. Situation is so bad that yesterday I have heard Chief Justice of Pakistan saying that whatsoever our system is, uh, he was talking in Urdu, and I have to translate that handicap. He was of the view that our system is a handicap, but we have to continue with it. It is not so. Our system is not handicapped. In fact, the whole issue is regarding system. Let me make you clear about all this. That no system is bad. If the person running the system are just, fair and educated, even dictatorship is not bad. People, they remember Charles de Gaulle of France. Even Baba Saddam Hussein is an idol of many in Iraq. He was not that cruel as his those who were previously prior to his arrival. Those who were ruling Iraq, they were dragging each other by tying each other after the jeeps and on roads, killing mercilessly each other. Baba Saddam Hussein was not like this. He did something really great for Iraq. So, whatsoever his end was, still people love him. Here in Kuhat, there's a big square, and that square is very historic, and because it is near to the Grand Mosque of famous saint of Kuhat, Hazrat Haji Bahadur Rahmatullah Alayh, whose miracles are well recognized by everybody. Even after his death, Indian bombs, Indian air attack, when the bombs were during Indian air attack were launched there near his tomb, no bomb was exploded. So even after death, his miracles are alive. So the road leading to that holy place, the square there, was named by the people of Kohat as Saddam Square. So briefly, you need persons of a character to run a system. No system is bad. Even if to democracy, if every corrupt person comes into power, what will you do? There will be no rights. There will be plunder. So we must try to educate our children. Our society must have high moral values. We shall be in the limits of our professional ethics to succeed as an organized society which is called state. When, especially in parliamentary setup which we are having in Pakistan, that is in Great Britain too, and even their constitution is unwritten, but everybody acts in accordance with the political conventions and traditions which they are having on moral grounds. Though there is no legal sanction behind all the actions of a prime minister, even the calling of parliament session is nowhere written in the constitution. But the political conventions are there and are followed by a British prime minister, whosoever is the prime minister of Great Britain. That is the strength of the British society. Even in the United States of America, moral values are so high that during President Bill Clinton era, if I remember exactly, the Speaker of House of Representatives was sexually involved with his secretary, probably a female secretary, and he was removed from his position. So life for a loose man, for a loose character man, or of a loose nation cannot be, ideal in any way. So hopefully I'm trying my effort to enlighten my people is not a burden of someone's mind, because I only throw the link of my this conversation to the friends which are a part of my family, and even they are having option whether to watch it or not. I do not impose my ideas, my views upon others. And being a part of Pakistani society while living here with family, I'm equally responsible to improve the situation here, like any other citizen of Pakistan. And everyone do contribute according to his ability. So God has given me the ability to explain these things before my people, and I do that. Besides, I am being motivated, pushed by my elders to take interest in these things, because we don't want to be a failed state. So, my friends, my assertions are in no way directed towards a specific person or a personality or my own political ambition, or promotion of my own political ambition. I don't have any political ambition. Those who know me well, they know that even in college days, in university days, when I was posted on uh, in university days, I was chairman of Pakhtun Council, and then chairman of Scholars Council. All the PhD and MPhil students was represented by Scholars Council, and always they came to me and students and they requested me. The chairmanship of Scholars Council was an uncontested affair. Nobody was there to contest election against me. Unopposed, I was posted unopposed on that position. Here in college, when they made me a president, they made me unopposed president, nobody came to contest against me. So I never, by myself, even for that government job, the governor KPK had assigned this task as a protection officer and then was promoted to field officer and then monitoring officer. 2 years, I was doing my job well. And then there was sudden madness and paranoia, fits of paranoia were there on my colleagues. Some of them are in jail now. The situation is so bad that and they are not literate enough. They cannot talk to me like this. We cannot talk out these matters while sitting together. There is a danger of violence there. I do tackle them, but that paranoia has stages, you know. With the growing age, the paranoid people, they become more and more dangerous. So with the passing time, for 2 years and 3 months, I was able to control and handle them. But afterwards, situation is really dangerous there. So the next most popular concern still that Panama leaks is here in Pakistan too. Prime Minister of Iceland has resigned, and a few other head of executives have resigned on moral grounds and on legal grounds too, because you are not supposed to make secret investments and to evade tax laws, while everybody is supposed to be in these legal limits, especially those who are seeking political slots. They are also equally responsible before the courts of law and before the people too, for their omissions and commissions. So in Pakistan, those who are taking up publicly such issues, they're almost all of them are involved in tax evasions, in investments in offshore companies, in one way or another. So still situation is, not that ideal here in Pakistan. Yesterday, Chief of the Army Staff statement was narrated on media that he says that Serbia has that army action plan going against outlaws, against terrorists, is an ideology in itself, and he will not spare anyone who is violating the laws here. So, army is the final guarantor of our security of our lives and properties, because the awareness among the public is so low, and on such moral issues, the reaction from society depends upon if our society is having high moral values. No prime minister can stay while doing these all omissions and commissions, like evading tax laws and by himself, and imposing taxes, harsh taxes upon a young shopkeeper was having question for the Prime Minister, and they think that I'm supposed to answer everything. So he came up um, with a direct question on me that, sir, please talk to the Prime Minister and ask him that from matchbox to soap, we are paying, people of Pakistan are paying sales taxes. On milk, on everything, the prices are so high here that nobody will believe anywhere in the world, anywhere else in the world. Let me give you an example. It's a very funny thing. From Washington to New York, the plane fare is $60. Maybe that fare is down now because of the oil prices. In '88, while traveling in a plane from Washington to New York, mere $60 is a fare. Now in USA, in 1988, the poverty line was $115 per day. I mean, those who are earning less in USA were earning $115 per day, everybody in USA. So now you see, a poor man in USA can once in a week or twice in a week can afford to spend $60 or $120 to travel from Washington to New York, and from back from New York to Washington through aeroplane. Here in Pakistan, what is the income of average person? There is no income for anybody. Majority in Pakistan, people are jobless. They don't have even any businesses here. Most of them are relying upon the income which their family members are sending from Dubai, from United Arab Emirates, from other places like Ajman and Abu Dhabi, and then from America and from Great Britain. Maximum salary here in Pakistan is 3,000 rupees per month. And you know how much you have to pay while going? In a taxi cab from here, from Kohat to Peshawar, the cab fare is 3,000 rupees of both ways. I mean, 1500 rupees from one side. So the prices are high here. The ratio of inflation has never been taken into consideration by the government to determine the salaries. I was getting 50,000 from that job, rupees. I was traveling daily to Peshawar. So the friends of mine who think that I would have been saving some money, just imagine that 1500 rupees, I was getting 50,000 per month. So now you calculate that paying that fares every day while going to Peshawar from Quad and then coming back to do this another job. So you guys can well imagine the savings which I made. And I was working there honestly. I mean, so many times they have told me that get involved in this practice, and I said, no, no, the salary is okay. I work on my salary. I do not get involved in any malpractice. And while paying those high fares, I was helping my poor people too on my way. So we are, in brief, in a very, very difficult situation here. Salaries are low of ordinary people. Even officers are in a difficult situation because the fares which they are paying, which maintain the standard. Even if I keep a car, we were having Peta Saloon with us during elections. Our party workers, my brother was contesting elections for the National Assembly seat here. That was a very comfortable vehicle and I was very happy with it. But our party workers then, they had used that car in such a merciless way during elections that we were having no other option but to finally sell that car. And afterwards we haven't bought any other car. So I am purely dependent on that taxis and all that stuff. There were people like Bhutto, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, his finance minister was smart enough. He had linked that ratio of inflation with the salaried class was not affected and there was no joblessness here in Pakistan during his days. He was skilled enough and literate enough, and his team too. But now, as a friend of mine here says that don't bring them out from their fool's paradise, what will eventually happen? Our state structure, I mean, even so-called hereditary political institutions, they are receiving big monies from abroad. Constitutionally, they are not supposed to get a single penny from abroad. We are a nuclear state, third nuclear state of the world, and we have to secure our nuclear program too, or nuclear installations too. And if the money is pouring in from abroad, I mean, what is the guarantee that those who are against our nuclear program, they're not employing agents here in Pakistan as politicians? It's a very critical issue, you know. But I'm not the one who spares anybody. Probably our We don't have anything solid against anyone. But enough proof is there that money is coming abroad, uh, from abroad to the hereditary political institutions here in Pakistan. Those who are at the helm of affairs, they shall look into it. We are all equally responsible to improve the lot of our people, to make ourselves secure, to make our families secure. It is not only my duty to look into all this. So all those who are just pressurizing me on these issues, they shall abstain from doing all that. I just can make a report and can send, and I am doing that. And in consequence of it, not getting any salary from Associated Press of Pakistan. From the last 5 years, my salaries are being stopped there for a brief period of time during Nawaz Sharif era. They have started paying some little amount to me, but the huge amount is still there with them, and that little amount is not being paid to me from the last 6 months. So being a responsible citizens of Pakistan, we must resist the corruption at a level of society on the whole. We shall not encourage the corrupt and the one who in the lust of wealth is trying to sell all of us. I cannot ignore that brutalization of APS students in Peshawar, in Bacha Khan University, in Gulshan Iqbal Park, Lahore. And there were suspicious movements here in Pakistan. Prior to the incident in Gulshan Iqbal Park, Lahore, Prime Minister of India came along with 400 guys and was moving around here in Lahore on a private visit to Nawaz Sharif, and then Lahore was hit by the suicide bomber. And prior to that incident, that Yadev was, that Indian naval officer, was arrested here, and according to a General Schwab, a retired General Schwab, that everything happening in this country, every wrong, the explosions, the financial assistance to militants and everything was done under his supervision, under his orders. So anyone who acts in an irresponsible fashion gives a chance to the people to hit my country fellows, shall not expect any favor from me. I do say all these things smilingly. I keep my head cool. And it is not only me who is monitoring all this situation, there are many others too. So I hope that everybody is clear about the situation here in Pakistan now. I'll keep on making everyone aware of everything. And I'm not a demagogue. Demagoguery is not my way of doing things. Even if I'm being pushed to be in a domain of politics. In shape of these videos, I am leaving everything to educate the younger ones, my colleagues, even the elders too. I'm not, I never been to green gardens, though we have gardens here. I go there to eat fresh guavas from the tree, sometimes on picnics with friends. But those political green gardens of political nature, I never let anybody to take me there, and I never take my people to the green gardens. I put a real situation in front of them, and I do explain the whole thing too. So they can become my replacement too. And I want to have minds like this all around me, 1800 million brains. If they will start thinking on these terms, then situation will get better. When the society will reject the people who are bad, well, the room for improvement is there. We can give them psychological treatment, we can extend every help to make them normal. But in their efforts to be power holders and to uh, become sellers of the whole nation by giving free hand to those those who want to brutalize Pakistani nation, such a brilliant nation, they shall be discouraged. I do it my words and deeds too. I don't meet them often. When any such person strives to do that. And let me tell you something, I'm very strict. When Bibi was right, Benazir Bhutto, Mohtarema, and fair, I was just first year student at that time when she came here. And me, along with my cricket team, I had received her here. She was here along with her mom. And obviously, when people here in a bad situation, nobody comes to help. So I was the only option. My cricket team was the only option. We were too young, and she's our elder sister. We love her, and we are fair and just enough. If we never felt like allowing anybody to be cruel to her father or to her family. Only 12 members, one extra player of my cricket team, and 11 players of my cricket team along with me were there to receive her in a place of in a garden or rather lawns of Dr. Naseem Gul's uncle's residence, and she made a speech to us only. And I always was interested in her well-being and all that. But when she became a prime minister, and once she has called me, and his ADs and his political ADs and his party members were not fair enough, I refused to meet her. Her guards came, that Zardari and Bibi and children all are there in Prime Minister House in Islamabad, and she wants you to be there with the family, and I said no. I can be strict with my family friends, my close friends. Once there, she by herself she never did anything wrong, mostly, but she was patronizing the people who were not very fair, who were very dictatorial in their approach. So I'm like this, and I encourage those who are doing good, for their families, for their society. Those who did great deeds. I'm being taught like this by my mom, by my teachers. I know whom to reward and whom to punish or discourage. I reward the one who is doing really good to the society. On all my positions, I did always like this. Once I resigned, while teaching here in PF College, one corrupt guy came and he said that son of base commander, the daughter of base commander, in class tests gave more marks to her, she shall be on top because of the rank of her papa. And the sergeant's son, who was really brilliant, put him down. I said, okay, bring a paper, white paper. A retired captain of Pakistan Army, a close friend of mine, he was trying to teach me how to exist in this society, in Pakistani society. As I don't know that what Pakistani society actually is. We are having a very high moral standards, but those normal people, they are not crazy. They don't run after political slots, after jobs. They prefer to be in London or in USA. To make themselves secure from such corrupt mafia. So I asked the captain, okay, bring that white paper. I have resigned from that job. For 17 months I was teaching there at PF College. So I do not compromise on anything, any wrong thing. And there were people, oh yeah, you cannot. So my friends, I hope you guys can understand me now. Even in personal relations, I strictly go on merit. Even my spouse, I encourage when she behaves normally and just in fair manner. If it is not so, then I don't have any time for her. And finally, when she realizes then, okay, if you change your attitude, I'm here for you. But don't think that you can terrorize the whole nation and you can misuse the power, because constitutionally neither you can use your discretionary powers in a contrary fashion to the spirit of constitution, nor that single sentence which is often written in many job contracts during the pleasure of someone. My pleasure is also compatible with the spirit of the Constitution. If you are doing your job well, I am pleased with you. I don't need any sycophant. I always want truth from you. My own friends are like this. Here in Pakistan, my family is like this. One among us is, two among us has martyred, as I had mentioned in earlier videos. Malik Salim uncle and Malik Saad uncle, they were martyred, they were killed. But they never compromised with any corrupt mafia prevailing here in Pakistan. We are like this. We'll always be like this. And without being like this, we cannot save Pakistan, my friends. That was dismembered in 1971 because we were misusing power. We were looking down upon our own country fellows. We were unable to take care of the needs of our armed forces. We were taking everything so lightly. Our education we were taking lightly. If we are not having properly educated professional people in our government offices, as our politicians, our survival is at stake. It was always at stake. All our educated beings, they prefer to be in USA. They prefer to be in London. To avoid the hardships here, or to avoid that foolish environment in which people, while watching movies, Pashto and Punjabi movies, and reading those novels, uh, considering themselves literate, and upon the basis of clear violation of merit becomes officers, and they sit upon our heads of genuinely educated people and start dictating us to act in a fashion which they want us to, in a corrupt fashion. So my duty is to bring my people out of the dreamlike situation, out from hallucination. We shall realize that fact, and speedily we shall move within the parliament. Parliament is part of our society. If parliament damn cares about misdeeds of the leadership, situation is really bad here. We cannot survive in such a world where the competition is so high. The healthy competition is there, but then we are having some problem with India. Since long, we are gone. We had we had three major wars with India. This subversive activity, all that. More than 60,000 people are killed in subversive activities of Indian-sponsored terrorism here in Pakistan. And we don't have a foreign minister or a prime minister who can take up this issue in UN, can inform the world, and everybody is coming to me that do something. How can I? Who am I? A correspondent? An off-duty monitoring officer? And my freedom of movement, once my salaries are being stopped, my freedom of movement has been curtailed. My family members in Dubai, they are in need of me. And I can't reach there. Even I can't send any money to them. So this is all really very pathetic situation is here. And I by myself, I keep my humor sense intact. I take these things lightly. And those who are expecting a lot from me, that is, they shall be sure of that by explaining these things, by enlightening them through the knowledge which I have, I'm making them like myself. I am trying to spread my thinking to maximize myself. Hope you have got the point. When the majority of us will start thinking in these terms and become able to take informed decisions, a decision of a highly educated person is an informed decision because he makes some research and finally reaches to a conclusion and decides something, recommends something. And decisions of uneducated or semi-educated, hallucinated people obviously leads all of us towards a very difficult situation. We were led towards it in 1971. So finally, I will recommend that Pakistan Armed Forces, they shall take strict security measures and shall cut off the aid pipeline to the mafias operating here inside Pakistan, to the networks operating here inside Pakistan, and shall discourage them, and if the evidence is there, shall take legal measures swiftly to save Pakistan. We don't have any other option, but we have to act now. If we are really serious to have an independent state of our own and to live in an environment of freedom, then we must take informed decisions. And we shall act swiftly now. I wish all of you all the best.